Hey guys, welcome to English class for today. There's two parts to English class today. There's the part that introduces what persuasive writing is, and then the part of grammar. Okay, so let's do the persuasive writing thing first. You need to take the notes out of your packet that say lesson 6 and lesson 7 about preparing to write a persuasive essay, okay? I'm not gonna act like you guys don't know how to persuade people or act like, like you have no idea what that is, okay? But it's an area that we can grow in to be able to make persuasion academic and knowledge filled, okay? Meaning that you can't convince people on emotion. You can't convince people on false connections. You need to convince people of a certain point because you know good information. Like you guys did for economics, man. Some of those videos that you guys did for that class, you guys were on it with good information that convinced you, convinced the reader or the listener of something, right? And that's what we're gonna exercise again this week. So it's gonna go like this. Today you're just, you're not taking notes really, you're just kind of following along with the notes that I gave you. And then you're going to do grammar, but tomorrow, the reason why you have to watch this video today is to know what to do tomorrow. Tomorrow, you're going to be writing a persuasive paragraph, okay? And I will give you your guidelines on the persuasive paragraph. It's not the essay today, but then what happens is I'm looking for my notes on what paragraphs there you go, are going to be writing. Then on, I believe it's Thursday, then you're going to pick a persuasive essay. Okay, and I'll give you some options there, whether or not I make a video to give you the options or just kind of give it to you. I'll let you know on Thursday. But on Thursday, you're going to have to make your brainstorm and plan for the essay. Then you're going to start it on Friday. You're going to finish the rough draft on Monday, and I believe make your final draft on Tuesday, I think is how it's going, okay? So what I'm doing for tomorrow, though, is just a paragraph with a certain topic to get you kind of like warmed up and back into the persuasive defensive mode. Okay, so here we go. Let's read some information about preparing to write a persuasive essay. First, it's going to remind you about how there's 4 different types of writing, okay? You look at it, you have narrative, expository, descriptive, and persuasive. Narrative is what? You're writing to tell a story or a series of events, okay? What happened to you? We haven't done that one, but that's like a personal experience. I mean, that's not what we're doing right now. You guys have done personal experiences in a little bit of a different form, and it is a good exercise to do. It is hard, guys, to write a story, okay? It is easy to tell a story because people are going to forgive you for going and this, and then getting off on one thing and then getting off on another thing. But when you write a story, you have to be concise. I had to do this for the university. I had a very strict English teacher, which really, she taught me a lot, okay? It was my very last semester of getting my maestria for teaching. And she said, we're going to write a personal experience. So I wrote about being in the earthquake here when I was on my first mission trip, right? I thought it'd be easy to write about that. Big fat lie. She kept okay, you're writing too much here, you're talking too much here, you got to be more concise here. And I don't know that she ever liked it, honestly. I'm not even sure. But it was rough to do a narrative one. Okay, expository is very easy. Expository is writing about giving information and explaining. The biggest thing you have to worry about with expository is that you're not leaving out any passos, you're not leaving out any steps, you're not leaving out any information, okay? Descriptive describes a person, a place, or a thing. Descriptive writing is the hardest, okay? It's the hardest because your vocabulary has to be amazing, okay? In order to describe something that no one else can see, but can just try to paint it in a person's mind, okay? Takes an extensive amount of vocabulary, but it is, when you read someone write a good descriptive writing, it's very interesting to read. And then you have your persuasive writing, okay? So persuasive writing attempts to convince someone to do or believe something, okay? What kind of writing do you guys do the most? Expository, okay? And a little bit of narrative because you give your opinion on certain things, okay? But now we're getting into persuasive. So look what it says, the persuasive essay. Keeping in mind the structure of a complete essay, we didn't describe it in lesson 1. You guys know what an essay is. we shall prepare to write a persuasive essay. I'm not going to go into the thesis statement that they have here because that's not the one that you're going to have. Write these down so you can start to think about what persuasive paragraph you want to write about. I'm going to give you 5 options. Ready to hear them? Number 1, what I'll do is I'll read them once and then I'll read them again so you can write down the one that you want to do. Okay, number 1, should students take a gap year after high school? Meaning, should students wait a year before they go into the university after high school? Which is interesting because some of you guys have been considering that, right? If I were writing the paragraph, I would say no, don't do a gap year. But anyway, I just want you to write about it. Number 2, do all students need to learn a foreign language? Number 3, should owning a gun be legal? Number 4, many soldiers come back from war with post-traumatic stress disorder. That's PTSD, okay, where they're traumatized, basically. What should we do to help them? And number 5, does social media improve or hurt our society? Okay, so write down the one you want to do. Should students take a gap year after high school? Do all students need to learn a foreign language? Should owning a gun be legal? Many soldiers come back from war with PTSD. What should we do to help them? And does social media help or improve or hurt society? Okay, I know which one I want you guys to choose because that would be an interesting one. But it's up to you, okay? Now, when you go to write your thesis statement, though, it's not a question. Now, you're going to say, owning a gun should be legal, or owning a gun should not be legal, okay? Social media improves our society. Social media does not, or hurts our society, okay? Does not improve our society. Whatever that is, that's going to be your thesis statement. Now, that's going to be your basic thesis statement because I want you to also write your reasons down in your thesis statement, but we'll get there in a second, okay? So look what it says. The goal of this essay will be to convince or persuade the reader. Persuasive essays should usually deal with controversial topics, subjects that have 2 sides. Think about that. In order for you to write a good persuasive essay, you have to think about what the other person that disagrees with you is thinking and what their defense is. So if you go to write about social media, how it improves society, you have to be attacking the defenses that someone that believes that social media hurts society has in their head. You don't attack the person, you don't judge or criticize the person, but you do need to answer their defenses, okay? So keep that in mind. Your essay will prove that your thesis statement is correct and you will convince the reader of this. So your first step, which you have to do either today or tomorrow before you write your paragraph, it has to be included in your assignment, is your brainstorm. And I want you to do it like they say to do it, okay? Brainstorming is always our first step in writing an essay. Inside a circle, write your thesis statement, okay? So let me find my marker. Here it is. So you're going to write a circle on a piece of paper, and you're going to write your thesis statement, whether or not it's about the social media or whatever it's about, right? On a piece of paper. Then quickly begin to write in the area outside the circle any and all words that come into your mind as soon as they come into your mind about this topic. Write quickly and do not worry about spelling or neatness. Write for about 3 minutes or until your paper is covered with words, whichever comes first. Okay? And then listen to what you do to organize it. After you've brainstormed, look at the ideas you have generated and identify the ones that best support your thesis statement. Follow these steps to organize your ideas. Number 1, take a moment to look at the words or groups of words you wrote. Some of them will begin to stand out as it relating very well to the thesis. They will firmly argue your point and convince the reader. Others will begin to look as though they don't belong or not as strong. Okay, so you're going to start to see that, okay, I could really work with these. No, these just need to be crossed out. Number 2, choose at least 3 different words or groups of words that best support the thesis. Circle them. If you cannot decide on just 3, you may circle 4 or 5. If you circle more than 3 words or groups of words, you have more than enough support for your thesis statement. You can write several body paragraphs of support, or you might later decide to combine one or more arguments or eliminate the weaker ones. These circled word groups will become your body paragraph ideas. Write these ideas on a separate piece of paper, leaving space underneath each idea to add more notes later for expanding the paragraphs. So in this case, you're not going to be writing body paragraphs, supporting paragraphs. You're going to just be writing one paragraph together. So these are just going to be your reasons that you write like 2 sentences about, okay, for this one. But on the next one, on the essay on Thursday, you will need to do this brainstorm that you need to do for the paragraph as well, but then also do the notes page that they're talking about, which is to write down your body paragraphs and little bits of notes that you're going to put inside there. Have a little bit of a plan, like an informal outline, okay? Number 4, look at your body paragraph ideas and try to determine the order in which they should be arranged in the body of your essay to best support your thesis. Number the ideas. You can rearrange the order or even eliminate or add additional body paragraphs at any time as ideas come to you. Once you have selected the best ideas from your brainstorm and placed them on a separate sheet of paper, take those ideas and form them into topic sentences. Each topic sentence will become a main idea for your essay's body paragraphs. Write at least 3 topic sentences that clearly support your thesis statement. Okay, so that's how you're going to do your plan for your paragraph and your plan for your essay later on this week. Okay, you do need to have a plan, a brainstorm, and then write out your good plan, and then do your paragraph. Okay? Let's read about writing the persuasive essay. Look at the practice. Using the topic sentences you wrote for Lesson 6, follow the steps below to complete the persuasive essay. For each topic sentence, now this part is not going to be your topic sentence for your paragraph, you guys know how to to adjust, okay? Write a body paragraph to support the thesis statement. Refer back to Lesson 5 for different ways to expand a topic sentence into a paragraph. In addition to experience and opinion sentences, you might write definitions, examples, facts, anecdotes, arguments, or analogies that support the topic sentence, okay? Remember, in this essay, I do not want you to make up information. I want you to look it up if you need it. No making up, no inventing porcentaje or anything like that. This time it has to be all real information. Don't forget that when you do a paragraph, you start out with your thesis statement, okay? And I want this thesis statement to be developed. For example, if you pick social media and you say, social media is hurting our society because this, and this, okay? You don't need to worry about an attention grabber necessarily, because your thesis statement is either going to be in the first sentence or the second sentence. If you decide to do your first sentence attention grabber and your second sentence thesis statement, that's perfectly fine, okay, because it's still at the beginning of your paragraph. It does need to be 10 sentences, this paragraph, or more, okay, but I don't want more than 1 paragraph. Make sure you use facts, examples, definitions, arguments, anecdotes, or analogies, okay, good information. If you do write your opinion, make sure it doesn't sound like your opinion, okay? Meaning you can't use I, we, me, you, none of those pronouns, okay? It's good to have an expert opinion instead. So-and-so said this, right? Instead of just you, because who are you, right? Sorry, but it's true. Okay, look at number 2. Create an introductory paragraph and a concluding paragraph. Remember that the introductory sentence should grab the reader's attention and that the last words of your conclusion will leave a lasting impression. That's for your essay. And the conclusion, you should also have a conclusion for the paragraph tomorrow. Number 2, create an introductory paragraph. No, number 3, add transitions, okay? In addition, furthermore, second, third, lastly, moving on, etc. Continuing. Add transitions between your body paragraphs to make your ideas easier for the reader to follow. Pay special attention to the transition into the concluding paragraph. Finally, put all the parts together to form a complete essay. As you are working, make any necessary corrections to your previous work. You might add things, take things out, or make any other change that results in a more convincing, persuasive essay. You will have to edit it next week before you make your final draft. Okay, skip the additional practice. We don't need that. And that's all you need to know. Okay, persuasion. We can make a good persuasion essay. So one thing I do want you to do today, opposite that you are not taking notes with me, there is a quick video I'm going to show you about a young person, probably basically your age, okay, that's describing how to do a persuasive essay. Take notes on that. It's excellent information. Half of it is stuff that you already know. The other half is good tips, okay, of how you can apply it to your persuasive essay. Like one of them is, don't write your thesis statement. Don't write a concrete thesis statement until the very end, which is a great tip, you guys. Now, I'm going to require that you write some kind of thesis statement because you need to know what topic you're going with and what you choose. But your points, your reasons, they could be chosen at the very end as you see your support paragraphs develop. Okay, so watch this, take some tips from him, and let me see good persuasion in the paragraph tomorrow with the topics I just gave you. And then on Thursday, we'll go into a little bit more depth on writing a whole essay of it. I'm not going to go more in depth. You are, because now you already know how to. Okay, bye guys. Well, I said bye even though I forgot I gave you grammar. So here are your grammar pages for today. Exercise 88, exercise 89, exercise 90, which is on page 42 and 43 of this book. Okay, you're using verbs. You need to take a picture of section 10, showing me that you went to section 10 if you needed it, okay, that it's there for you. If you take a quick look at it, we're looking at page 56, page 57, and all the rest of them. Page 58 is a good resource. It's something that you've had before, something that you had to memorize, but it's going to help you because look what you're doing. You're crossing out the incorrect verb form and writing above it the correct verb form. And if the sentence is correct, write C. There's only one correct sentence in this one. And then on number 89, cross out each incorrect form in parentheses. So you're going to need to use your handy dandy section here to remember if it's rise or raise, set or sat, lie or lay, etc. Okay, so all of that information is here. You've learned it once before. And also I really trust that you guys can understand the handbook. Okay, and that's the whole point of having a handbook, is that you can refer to it. And then you look at 90, cross out each incorrect verb and write the correct verb form above it. Again, going back to some irregular, some set and sat, eat and ate, and different things like that. Okay, so all the information should be here for you to double check that you're doing it exactly right and not just guessing. Verbs are always something excellent to study in the English language. Thanks, guys. Bye. For real, bye.